A great crowd on hand at the Slick 50 Nationals in Houston, a notoriously fast racetrack.
Scott Coletta against Joe Amato in the semifinals. Amato, who had been having a miserable couple of years. 470 at 308 miles an hour. Boy, were they rooting for the yellow car in the near lane, the Texan Eddie Hill.
Against another Texan, Kenny Bernstein. Big Red's been tough. The Pennzoil car hangs in there, but at the far end, too much. Dale Armstrong power, 466.3, 307 miles an hour, and there is the aforementioned Dale Armstrong into the finals. He would go against Joe Amato, who's winless since Seattle of '94.
Amato a red light. It looked like the wheels came straight up out of the beams instead of rolling forward. Bernstein pedaled it and ran 466. Kenny Bernstein, you not only won the race, you reset your own national record at 4.663. Bonus points.
It's hard to believe that could happen. I can't say enough for the team. Dale, Ray, Bob Brooks, and the whole team as hard as they work. And Amato, man, he's tough up there, I'll tell you, all the time.
A couple of war horses had a good time.
I thought we had better chance. We went out and played golf for this deal, but, you know.
That's what we do in a week or so, isn't it?
Yeah, in a week or so, yeah. Well, it was fun, but at least we got to the finals.
Absolutely.
It was a good race.
They love playing golf, and for Bernstein, a 460 turned out to be pretty much par for the course this year. He takes over the points lead.
And that golf game they talked about happened on Thursday in Rockingham, North Carolina before the Winston Select Invitational. But this was Kenny Bernstein during qualifying alongside Mike Smith. Watch Bernstein. Oh, buddy, he got that one just in time and still did some damage to the A-arms and the front wheels of the automobile.
I'm upset with myself because it was going up and I stuck with it a taste too long. I shouldn't have done that, but you keep thinking it's going to stick and hold there and keep on going like it did over in Phoenix, and you got a heck of a run. But
and try to use those front wheels kind of like rudders.
Yeah, I was using everything I had. I was going to put my hands out, my feet out if that helped right then, but it was just too much, too far gone. It's a shame. It was hitting ready to run pretty good. We just need to calm her down the front.
Hey, that would have looked cool on the tape. Hands and feet out. Neat. Maybe he'll try it next year. Blaine Johnson, Larry Dixon in the final. Blaine Johnson, the Travers Tool car, too much. For Larry Dixon and Don Prudhomme, 477 for the win for Blaine Johnson.
Well, Jesse James, you came here to rob the bank, and you definitely have done that.
Oh, boy. It was a great weekend. Everything seemed to go our way all weekend, and no problems. No big problems, anyway. There's nothing we couldn't work around. But, Alan makes some serious horsepower, and these guys are in trouble if this thing continues to run like it is. We found a few things this weekend. It's going to be a consistent sucker.
Nice lap, Holmes.
Thanks.
Consistent sucker must be one of those driver terms there. We went to the Atlanta race, the Fram Nationals. Kenny Bernstein and Joe Amato were golfing on Sunday, Steve. Neither one qualified.
Yeah, amazing. Far lane is Mike Dunn. Near lane is Scott Coletta, round number one. Coletta rebuilt from Gainesville, but it's done with a 483, and Scott's season, little did he know, was to take a nasty turn.
The finals at Atlanta, folks. Just sit, watch, and enjoy. What a driving job by Dixon.
I went up into a wheel stand, and I said, damn, what am I going to do? And then got out of the throttle, and I got back in and went back up again, and I saw him, he was on fire. I'm like, damn, I think I can win this race. So I went after him, and, what can I say? Snake and Miller and Pontiac and GMC.
Even Don Prudhomme said, I'd have given up after the wheel stand. Right, Snake. I remember when. Blaine Johnson continued with the points lead. Kenny Bernstein right on his tail as the Snakes crew celebrated a win.
Into the Pennzoil Nationals, the Western Auto Parts America car. That is Shelly Anderson aboard against the Travers Tool car. Blaine Johnson appeared to have the quicker car, but throws the fuel line off, and Shelly Anderson gets the win. 5 flat, 279. You wouldn't figure that'd be good enough to beat Blaine, but on this run and this day, it was.
And if you think 5 flat was the best that Shelly Anderson could muster, watch this in the final round against Scott Coletta. Coletta foiling the tire. Shelly Anderson comes up with a 477, a nice number at 298 miles an hour to win her first race of 96.
That big final round showing by Scott moves him into the number 2 spot. He leapfrogged KB, and he's just points behind Blaine Johnson.
Englishtown, New Jersey, the Mopar Parts National. Shelly Anderson for Western Auto up against Larry Dixon. Remember his win from Atlanta.
big numbers by the two of them. Dixon runs 481, Shelly 484, but she is out of here. Dixon loves this racetrack. He ran in the 60s a year ago.
And was a formidable adversary for Joe Amato in the final. Amato considers this his home racetrack, and he won it. The crowd went wild. Can I say that too? Amato won it with a 478 at 3:01. Jimmy Brock, you got it. You the man.
It's amazing. Amato shut out in 1995, the five-time Winston champ, his first win in more than a year and a half.
And that put Dixon number 2 in the points.
And we go to the Pontiac Excitement Nationals. It's KB on the far lane. It's Shelly Anderson to the near lane. You're going to watch one of the quickest runs ever was.
This was the first weekend that was ultimately rained out. It was cool and nice. So cool. Kenny Bernstein whips up a record 460. It could be the third time he set the national record for a total of 60 bonus points, but the following weekend turned hot, humid, no chance.
Bernstein did everything but win. Number 1 qualifier, low ET, top speed, not around in the finals. Corey McClenathan against Scott Collette in this semifinal. Corey Mack gets the win with an 88, 300 miles an hour in the finals. Hey, here's that kid again.
Corey McClenathan, far lane. Larry Dixon wanting to keep the wheels on the ground. He had the chassis balanced perfectly, but not enough power. Problems mid-course. Corey Mack wins. 481, 306 miles an hour. To the victor go the spoils. Corey Mack, they're special when you haven't won one in, over a year?
Yeah, it's been a while. We've been struggling. Brand new car, first race out, win a race. I mean, I need to thank Joe and all those guys. I mean, they had enough faith in us to realize we wanted to go to a different race car. It worked out great.
Johnson, Dixon, Scott, Corey, Kenny. There's the heavy hitters all bunched up at the top of the fuel ranks.
Who could have believed that Kenny Bernstein would have slid all the way to number 5? That DNQ just killed him in Atlanta.
Semifinals next stop, Pennzoil Nationals, Memphis, Tennessee, and watch these two guys, Bernstein and Amato. Bernstein needs to win to move up in the points. Nuh-uh. Joe Amato straps a 78 on him. 3:03 to go to the championship run against Mike Dunn.
Amato and Dunn in the finals, as you said, Bob, and Dunn is hoping for better results than the last time he saw the finals in Atlanta when the engine exploded. You remember Larry Dixon? The big wheel stand. It was a thrilling final for all of us, but Mike Dunn didn't much care for it.
Mike Dunn qualified 5th here, and he's been winning ugly, but right here, Joe Amato must have been thinking about golfing. He got tattooed on the starting line, and Mike Dunn wins it.
We stepped it up a little bit for this round, and we were getting a little bit loose out there, and we decided, well, if it gets loose, we'll try and grab the brake, and I grabbed it pretty hard, hung on because it started to get a little bit loose, and it recovered and went down through there, and luckily it was enough to get the win. But we're happy. Our Goodyear tires, they did a great job. They stuck today, and this Mopar Performance came home a winner. We're happy.
Mikey won that one on his own. Dixon remained in second. Scott Collette, a tenacious third. Bernstein now back up to 4th. Joe Amato rounded out the top 5. A pensive Mike Dunn thinking, it could have been the other way. Our first trip to Topeka in '96, Bob Fry. Joe Amato, about 2 pair before this run by Blaine Johnson, was the first into the 450s with a 459. As Amato was still celebrating in the pits, Blaine whips up an all-time number, the quickest ever, 4.592. I believe I hear the crowd going wild.
They are going wild, and Blaine Johnson up the return road. Joe Amato was back in the pit area, and all of a sudden all the cameras and lights went off and everybody started running to this team. Brother Allen now puts Blaine on the starting line. They would love to back up the record, get some of those valuable Winston points. Gordy Bonin, one of those Canadians we talked about earlier, out of here. Blaine Johnson right down Broadway, 462, backs it up, a new record. That is the baddest car on the planet.
Elapsed time-wise, but watch Scott Collette. The numbers just keep on coming in qualifying at Topeka. Doug Foxworth in the near lane ran a 488, didn't even qualify. Scott Collette runs a 463, but look at the speed. 315 miles an hour, the all-time best.
That would set up a pretty good old drag race between Bernstein and Collette. A lot of smoke off KB's car. He looked like the car to beat this weekend, but he wasn't. Scott Collette is the 2-time champ, finally back in the winner's circle.
My guys did a heck of a job, and I can't say enough about them.
Great job for you and your family and all your crew. 315 miles an hour, the world's fastest drag racer.